Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Doodle Robot, and today we're going to do a quick color mixing, painting / coloring tip for you. First, I'm going to do a quick little weekend update. Like, what have I done this weekend so far? Not a lot, but then we'll get to the painting / coloring, color mixing tip for you. So, one of my things this weekend is I need to pick out, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek in Modern Damask Motifs. I finished my page that I was taking to work this week. I really like it. Can't wait to show it to you in my finished pages. And that was just my take to work book. That's working out for me good. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of designs done that way. But for this week, I think I finished that on Thursday. I didn't take it Friday because Friday was busy. I'm in the middle of my slammed 2-week busy time right now. We got so much going on. But then it's spring break. I'll be so exhausted by then I won't be able to enjoy my spring break. But I'm thinking about going to Vegas to look around. That may be the next place I live. Not because I want to live in Vegas, but because I don't know where I want to live. I think I just need 6 months or so to just chill and figure out what I want to do next with my life. So I'm going to go check it out, check some apartments maybe get like a post office box or something. Possibly I'll get a driver's license and establish residency or something. The good news is in Vegas, you don't have to pay state income tax. And since I'll be retired and making a lot less, that could be good, I guess. So something I have to do this weekend is pick out a new book to take to work. And since I haven't colored in either of these Angie Grace books, we got Cool and we got Wow. That's all I have of Angie Grace. She has some cool books. She's got lots of mandala books. I liked these because they got mandalas. They have asymmetrical designs. They have symmetrical designs. This one's very Egyptian-y to me. Yeah. So I'm probably going to, for my take a book to work one, I probably am going to stay away less from something like this, which I would want to throw a lot of color at and really think about, and something more predictable that I can use a lot of black and whatever I take in my little bag. I don't take very much. Right now I have, when I did this one, I had my usual bag, which is filled with micron pins and Papermate flares. But for this one, I threw in 3. These are a good way to use colors that I wouldn't normally use in my alcohol markers. So I threw in 3 alcohol markers for that one. Just a light, medium, dark, and basically they're colors that I really don't use that much. So it's kind of a good way to use up some of those colors you don't necessarily use. I just heard that, I think it was HCH Coloring said that Hoo is going to start selling the individual markers in all the colors. I don't know. I have to research it because I was thinking of replacing my markers that I have. I have like four-ish different sets. Not very big. They're like, some are 24, some are 50, one's 100, I think. And I was, it's like you use the same color over and over again, and the other colors last a lot longer, but then you got to buy a whole new set. It's like, no, I'm not about that. I was going to start investing in Copic because you could just refill them. But now, if a Hoohoo's going to do that, I don't have to buy the expensive Copic ones to use in my coloring books. I could do that, but I have to research and I have to figure out what that's about. I did work in my Chinese book a little bit. I'm so stressed right now that I'm finding it difficult to color. Just because it is what it is. It's a 2-week period I just have to get through, and then I think I can coast the rest of the year. It will be relatively easy. I did work on some more cliffs over here, but like I couldn't seem to get, you can probably see it too, I couldn't seem to match my style But it's interesting because here is kind of like a nice, easygoing, not uptight and stressed out coloring versus over here. I can see the drastic difference. I don't know, maybe you can't. And thank you from the robot report last time, robot report number 6. People told me that these are magnolia branches up here, and this is a cherry blossom. So thank you all of you who told me this, and I could Google and find out. I'm hopeless with plants. I don't know what any plants are. I live in the desert. Why would I know that? So I worked on that a little bit and then gave up because I just couldn't get this nice style back to me. And then I tried to go over here and match it a little bit, but I don't know. It'll be fine though. We'll figure out a way to do that. So, in a fit of frustration, I was going to go pick up something off the shelf, and I got distracted by strawberry shortcake. Because I'm like, oh, I want to do a strawberry shortcake. So I finished it in one setting. I'll give you a sneak peek because we're saving it for finished pages. But it's a very iconic image of strawberry shortcake. And it's exactly like I just typed it in, and it's like the first picture that showed up for the 1980s strawberry shortcake. I just copied that. It was basically like color by number. So did that. That's strictly alcohol marker, and there's not much shading. There's block shading on there. But what I wanted to, the tip, let's get to the tip. So I wanted to pull out my camera and show you this here. That's how many paintbrushes it took me to paint the background of this page. The background. Now, granted, I was mixing colors, so there was that. But I kind of just throw them in the water as I use them, and then I can't figure out which paintbrush I was using, so I grab another brush, and yeah, it's the way I work. It's my process, people. It's my process. Okay, so Desert Muse, Carla Magana, fabulous, lovely young lady. I wanted to talk about a color mixing tip to make your colors seem harmonious and work with each other. And I have another example here in Seasons that I did before. So in Seasons, what I did here, this is done a long time ago, 2021. What I did here because we had colors going on here in the mushrooms, colors going on in the bugs, and some colors going on in the rocks. So I used a lot of colors from the bugs and the mushrooms down in the rocks. I think I added in lime peel, probably because that's like my favorite color, to base the rocks with, and then do grays on top of them. But for the ground, now normally I'm lazy and I just pick up various browns if it's going to be dirt. But in this case, I was feeling really ambitious and, want to use my art training a bit. And so I used, to make this ground color, I only used colors that were already used in the mushrooms, the bugs, the rocks. The crystals are painted, so ignore those. I only used those colors to make the brownish, greenish ground color. That way, it all works with itself. Even though it may look like a different color, it's still got all of these colors in it, and it's thus harmonious with the rest of the page. So, doing something the same but slightly different on the Carla Magana page here. I had this paint here left over. This is not the color it was, it's similar, but it was kind of this color here, and it was left over from me working on my Johanna Basford Christmas page, the one with the cardinals and the plaid in the background. And so it was a lighter pink than this. And so this is a desert page, and I wanted to use very dusty Miranda type colors, kind of mauve-ish type colors for it, because those are the colors of the desert. So I took my pink, and I first muted it down with some orange. That didn't really do anything. And then I added some red in there to make it a little bit darker. It's very dusty, kind of mauve-y as it is. And from this color, I then mixed the other colors. So you can see here on my page, don't look at that, it's these two colors here. I took this color, a little bit of that color, and I added a whole bunch of yellow flame. I use Apple Barrel. That's what I can get at my local Walmart, and I really like them. And so it made this nice orangey color. But they're harmonious because they have the same base color to start with. Okay, it's kind of a idiot-proof way to mix your colors, we'll say. All right, so we made this kind of yellowy, this muted yellowy orange color there. And then for the ground colors, I took that pink color. I still have tons left over. I still got to paint something else with that. And I mixed in some purple, Velvet Crush. I wish I could tell you what was in there before, but I don't know. Now it's a whole bunch of colors. Nutmeg brown and burnt umber. I needed a little bit of something to make it darker like the ground would be. So from this base color, I just added more browny ground-like colors. And again, it still all works together because we're starting with the same base color, which is in this case this. Okay. So just a quick tip I wanted to give everybody on color mixing, color theory, a little bit of color theory there for you. And that is about it for kind of like my weekend update and quick color tip. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them in the comments. Otherwise, I thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful week. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.